Hey guys, this is Raymond and welcome back to the Be Extraordinary podcast. And today's guest, I have Kevin Rivera.
Hey Raymond, how's it going?
Good in yourself?
Very good. Just here, glad to be here. Share a little bit about who I am, what I do, and talk about my company.
That's awesome. Can you tell the guests what do you do for a living?
So I opened up KVART Fl Construction. It's specialized in painting, renovations, construction, and concrete restoration. I opened it up, or the idea was born 2016, but only till recently, maybe the last year and a half, we've been actually working on it.
Oh, nice. So you will tell the people out there like, hey, like we opened in 2016, but it didn't grow overnight. Like it took time, a lot of hard work, probably a lot of sacrifices. So basically, all those years that passed, Poco A Poco leads you to what the company is right now.
Definitely, yeah. So I say 2016, that was when the idea came up of branching out on my own. I used to work with another construction company, and I was a foreman, project manager for that company. And I know I wanted to have my own company, run my own things, and learned. So I was with them for probably about 5 or 8 years. I worked with Benjamin Moore as a sales rep for about 3 years. So in total, there's like 10 years that I've been in the industry. So I knew I was wanting to own my company, and have something of my own. So 2016 was where the idea came up, and the logo KVART Fl Construction was born. But way before actually hiring and having any projects, it was just an idea. It was a business card literally, and working on a website. So that's awesome. Little by little. Poco A Poco.
Yeah, exactly. Say it right, bro. Yeah. So Kevin, like, what sparked you? What said, like, you were in the car one day, or you were at the office, and you said, damn, like, I want to do this on my own. Like, I want to start my own company. I want to be my own boss.
I can't say it's not one particular moment that I was like, oh, I want to branch out. There was just small events, small things that pushed me to want to do it. But like everything, you're kind of like hesitant because when you own your company, it's you. There's no weekly paycheck, bi-weekly. There's none of that, and
no PTO.
There's none of that. It's all on you, and it's different. Having a family. Thankfully, I have my daughter, and I have my little puppy.
Yes.
So,
we can see him.
Yes. So it's things like that your family depends on you. So it's it's a dream, but at the same time, the same thing. It's Poco A Poco. Like you have to invest, put money away, like plan and budget, and just take a leap. Take a risk.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone wants the big things, whatever it is, but it's just you have to put work into it. So like I said, I had a lot of training or exposure to working with a private company, working corporate to say, being on both sides, running different projects, and also being like my own independent person when I was a sales rep. I was just I didn't have to run anybody. I was just me going out, meeting different people, and and enjoying it honestly, because pre-COVID everything was okay, handshaking and showing up. Now it's a different world, honestly. So it changed, and we all have to change, become more innovative and figuring out how to go out there and sell yourself. Everyone, we all want the nice things, but you can say when you buy a vehicle or buy a house, most of the times you purchase that because of the confidence or the comfort that you have with that individual.
Yes.
So it's, my company's family owned. It's myself, I have my workers, my foremen, project managers, but it's me, it's selling myself, and giving that confidence that I'm gonna give what the client wants, and be there before, during, and after everything's completed.
And what would be like a typical day for Kevin? Like if I'm a client, I say, hey Kevin, my house is messed up. How can you help me? Tell the people out there, like, sell yourself. You're a salesman here too.
So it's I get a phone call, either it's a mid-rise, high-rise, or even a house or apartment, condos. So everyone asks for your advice. And what do you think? Being it's your business. You've been for X, Y, and Z years in the industry. So just giving what my taste is, and also being open to knowing that I may like modern, other people like traditional, or country or whatever it is, the look. So, it's just knowing to be open and having different ideas, because I can have one taste and you can have another.
Yes.
So just, being able to listen, first of all, not just, kind of
throw your idea out there and my way or the highway.
Exactly. I'm not like that. Like I said, what colors do you like, or what, what designs, what type of tile, what accent walls. People don't, not everyone likes that.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, what do you like, and going off of that, maybe presenting different ideas. They may or may not like it, but you're giving them options. You're just listening. Most of the people kind of tell you, what they want, but you just listen.
Yes.
It's not, going out and telling, oh, this is what you should get. Like this is,
Yeah, you give your own input and you give them options as well, and you put a little bit of your taste in there to see if they like it. Basically.
Yeah. Cause, like I said, you're selling yourself.
Yes.
I can tell you, from the first project up until the last, I've always had maybe some bit of me that I've implicated and given an idea, and they've liked it, and it's I benefit from it, because then from that people were like, hey, I like this idea, that was great, I loved how it came out, and word of mouth in Miami is honestly the way.
Oh, yeah, big time. We have social media, pictures and videos, but I think word of mouth is the best way to go. Like most of my clients, I found them because someone worked with me and they basically say, hey, what we're making is pretty good, super professional, and that's why I got the client. Mostly of my clients have been word of mouth.
Yeah. No, it's honestly a majority. The beginning of it, the beginning of last year, 2 months before my daughter was born, was when I did my first big job, like on my own. I was just like, you said like there was a big moment. I was like, yo, this is the time to leave and venture out on my own, and I did. I just kind of like, goodbye.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
It was super scary.
It was, yeah. More than scary. But it was honestly the best decision I made, and I've said it to myself, and I've said it in various circles that there's not a pinpoint to say at that moment this is the perfect moment.
Yeah.
Like right now we're talking, you could say I've had a few podcasts, and like you will know, maybe to use this as an example, this podcast is the one that like really launched me out, like motivated you to get more people, company owners or a non-profit organization, and it just like it was that moment for me was like the moment to leave, and I was like, now a year and a half later, almost 2 years, I'm like, that moment was the moment. But that during the moment you're like, that's the last thing.
You always think in the moment, not like the future, because you're always like thinking, man, like if something wrong happens, like I make a bad decision, or like that client doesn't like me, like you said, word of mouth spreads fast.
Exactly.
So that's why I always treat all of my clients the same. It doesn't matter if it's a small business, it could be Microsoft that hires me. I'm still gonna be bringing work ethic time. It's
you, like it's, and it doesn't matter what you do, but you always run into, I say, difficult people or a difficult client. At the same time, respect, do the best you can do, and there's some people just
you can't please
everybody. That's okay, but at the same time, you learn from it, honestly, from the good and the bad. Like I can tell you, I've had great experiences with a lot of my clients, and I've had a handful that they're just not. But just keep her cool. At the end of the day, you being an owner of what you do, like you have to keep her cool. Like just you can have all the reason in the world, but once you cuss or once you lose your temperament,
it's done.
Perdiste.
They're gonna in Miami, in 1 minute, someone from Miami will call you, hey, I was gonna hire you, but
for this,
somebody told me that you lost your cool.
So it's it's been Poco A Poco, honestly, getting little by little, like to get to where I'm at now, and the same thing as knowing. In any sort of business, there's always going to be ups and downs, but if like now we're in COVID, it's difficult and all that, but if you can survive this, when the good times come,
it's worth it.
It's worth it.
You'll look back and say, man, like
I'm glad
I went through.
You stuck it out.
Yeah,
exactly. And just like bad times don't last, good times don't last.
Yeah,
it doesn't last. Like you just everything passes. Just
go for it.
Go keep going.
Keep your head up.
Yeah, exactly.
So during those times, that from 2016 to now, you had like a month or 2 or 3 or 4 months where you're like, damn, no clients, I don't know why I'm doing this, I think it wasn't worth it. Do you have those, like, let's call it dark moments that you like said, I should have not done this? Because it happens.
Yeah.
Sometimes we go without a client for months or a year. You never know what could happen, and you just say, "This is not for me."
You're hurt my neck. I can tell you honestly, this year's been difficult with clients, but it's just that like you have to drive yourself, and I really don't believe that everybody has that. A lot of people, especially I feel nowadays, say like, "Oh, I can be my own boss, or I can run this." Like, you really have to want like that. Waking up at 3:30 in the morning, even if it's maybe not particularly to start working on what you want to do, but your mentality, your physical, like to get you to continue to go, have long hours. Like, you hear a lot of self-made people like, I don't sleep 24 hours. It's not enough in a day. Yeah. So you have to have that mentality of like, what can I take out of this, good or bad? Yeah. And that's one thing that I've taken it to heart. With my company and personally, like in personal, we all have good and bad days. Yeah. So it's just having that drive of like what it is for me to get ready to hit the ground running, to do this, to sometimes I wake up early to send out a proposal, to have an idea with this client, or send an email out, whatever it is. And there's no time limit. Everyone thinks it's like owning your company and you're doing.
Yeah, you're doing nothing. You work more than
everybody. Yeah, like I've worked long hours when I've worked with other companies, and I work way harder now, and it's juggling, like your personal life with your company, and I treat my company as my child, honestly. Yeah. Like I say I have my children, my puppy, my daughter, and then I KVART is my child. Like it's I take care of it. You said it right now, like the way you speak, the way you interact with certain people, like it's like, yo, this is mine.
Yeah, even outside of your business, like you gotta behave outside, because you never know, like if you're with your truck and you have a sticker on that and something, road rage, you gotta like hold your tongue, because people are gonna be seeing, they can record you and post it. No one wants to hire Kevin that put in a road rage. Yeah. So what can you tell like people out there, like, hey, like I like Kevin's story, I wanna do the same, but I'm scared. Like, there's too many construction companies out there. There's too many photography companies out there. So what can you tell those people out there, like, they want to make the jump, but they're scared to?
Take the risk. It's like I said, it's a drive to know that it's difficult, to say, like, to wake up, man, this week I only made $200. I don't know. And you're like, I used to work, on a company, and I had 401k, I had, my days off, and I had vacation time, but you don't know. You don't really know. If you don't take that chance, it's like you're gonna go throughout your whole life and saying, what if I would have tried? Yeah. It's better to have failed at something you put your all in, to have said, I never even, how many, we all know, we're not, I don't think we're Gen Z kids, but but all of us know, like, how many, the Apple story, the Microsoft story, like Google, Elon Musk, like all these companies, like they've said, how they started, and you see the pictures. I don't know if they're true or not, but little garages, little shacks that they've started, they're small. They're like in a room. You're just like Poco A Poco started in a small area, but it's and you said it. You're like I want to have my place, and you think about it, and you just continue telling yourself, one day I want to have this. I want to have people work for me. I want to have more of this. I want to do that. Like, that's one thing. Like, I know my fortitude in my company is painting, but I want to do more aesthetics, more architectural work. But it's like, but you got to start somewhere. Yes. And and take it like by that, and it'll work out. It will work itself out, and just continue. You don't. What's the worst can happen? Yes. It made actually work. Exactly.
I started with an iPhone 7 recording at the gym. And like I tell people, might not be where I'm at, like where I want to be, like with 1,000 clients, but like I said, 1 or 2 or 3 clients, I always give my 100%, and then the things like,
and now you have
Facebook about
all this equipment.
Exactly, thank you.
I can tell you, there's a bunch of this equipment, and it looks really, looks nice, and it's super presentable. I'm walking in, it felt great coming in, and just seeing your setup. I like it.
We grew up with Dragon Ball Z, so I think every guy that comes here will be like, yo, bro, you gotta go to Super 7 where I at.
But it's not, like you said, like I started with a camera. Yes. And like, you have to take your small victories as well. be grateful. Like a lot of people, like, man, I didn't get that big project, but maybe I got 2 small houses that made up for that.
Exactly.
You know, it's your logo says it, poco a poco.
Yes.
Un poquito, en el mes es bastante.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
Like I tell people out there, like sometimes like when you get a client and it didn't work out, sometimes it was for the best, because maybe if you didn't get that, if you would have gotten that client, maybe the 5 clients that were behind them would have not happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so.
I can tell you I've ran into that where I'm like, man, I didn't get that, but I got smaller things that I was like, and then I hear about that big project and the headaches and difficulties with that, whatever it is, and it's like, it's for a reason. You know, it's religious or not, but I do believe God hands you what you can have at the moment. Exactly. You know, like and like I said, to me, it's always been now like be grateful for small things. You know, for what it is, career-wise and personally in your life. Just be grateful and see the little things. You know, we all have dark days. You know,
right?
You're like, oh man, like I don't have, I'm not getting paid. Like if I didn't get this job, but like focus on those small victories, small triumphs, and little by little, you'll get there. Yeah.
And one more question, like, chase the money, then the dream, or dream first and then the money?
Just chase your dream. The money's it'll follow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I was in this for the money, I'm not doing that. I would have not. Yeah, I would have. Yeah. Like I can tell you, at the beginning it was more negative than positive. Still doing that. But honestly, like if you're money chasing and then say it's a dream, then it's not your dream.
Yeah.
You know, what is it that you feel that you're excited about? I'm very passionate of what I do. I enjoy, I had 2 clients today and I was like, and we're talking and I get lost in it. Like, it's just like, oh, this is a good idea. I don't think you should do this because this, and like, I'm passionate. And the same thing, right now you're saying, oh, I had an iPhone 7. Everyone has an iPhone 14 now. That was like, what, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
So like, imagine now that you're still reminiscing of that technology and you're like, oh, look at what now you see what you have. You're like, oh, I can see you get excited about these things.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that. You have to be excited to want to do it, and the money will follow, because it's your passion. Because
you put heart into it, and then the rest will fall into place.
Yeah. It's like, if you feel like you're clocking in and clocking out, you're not. It's not your dream. Yeah.
And if you see me recording, and all my clients have seen this, like I'm always with that, smile on my face.
Yes.
People read that. People read body language. If you come like, oh, here we go, another video, damn it, like fitness video, oh, a wedding. Yeah. They read that, but they see like you're there super early.
Yeah.
You're ready to work, and word of mouth will help you out.
Yeah, you're excited. Like even I was excited to be here. I got ready and I was like, I want to be at 5:30. Like I'm coming here to talk about my company. Exchange conversations, and even ideas. Like I was like, oh, you sent me that little snippet that you posted today on Instagram.
Yes.
I'm like, wow, that's really cool. And
thank you.
It's your work and you combined it with my company. So I'm like, bro, this is really, the change, the wheels are turning on my head. Like, man, I want to put this on. Like it gives me ideas. And the same thing, like you said, you're pushing your company and you're interacting. And we're not just here, talking nonsense to say.
Yes.
Like my conversations now with my friends or anyone close to me is something to business or pushing you forward or giving you a different idea. So, that's what it's a dream. It's your dream.
Working together to achieve the.
And he is how I've seen. You didn't see me, but I saw you at the Metro Zoo like a month ago.
With Conviva, yes, like the warm up.
So I saw you didn't see, but I saw your excitement. I saw how you like riding up the crowd and like hey everybody, and they're like, and you're like, yo, come on! Like, that's you're passionate about this, and like,
thank you.
And you see that like absorbing from the outside the box and say like,
yes,
you can tell from like your Poco A Poco, your apparel, like you are passionate about it, and and all this like to me, I enjoy interacting with people like this, with like you, because it's like. Have nothing to do with video recording. I can take a picture on portrait. That's about it. But the same thing, I like this, and I enjoy seeing other people, passionate about what they do, and this helps me as well, and it helps you, and you know, that's one thing that I like doing. Like if I can one way help someone else, you know, and it's, you know, poco a poco, like everyone can go up, you know, like I say, like I promote some of my friends and different things that I do, and you know, it's just everyone can, you know, make your dream happen, helping each other out. You know, you sell apparel, whatever it costs. Your friends, you buy it. You know, don't go but it's help them, support.
Exactly.
You know, I have my company. It's like if we're friends and relatives, support. Yeah,
like no discounts. The discounts I think will have to come from us. Again, always I got you 15%, 20%. But when people already ask, oh, for exposure, it's gonna help you out. A big no-no, because if you can buy those, you know, bodybuilder shoes that guy you've never met in your life, but you don't want to help your friend out.
Exactly.
And it's not about buying, more like, hey, let me give him a shout out. Or tell them, hey, you know what? Kevin has this company. Or Raymond, oh, you want to do a wedding video? My friend Raymond. Stuff like that. And I do the same thing with everybody that I know. Now that I know your construction company, I'll be like, hey, just in case something happens in this house, I'll tell the owner, hey, I got a buddy of mine that does construction. Hit him up.
Word him up.
And if it works out, it does. If it doesn't, hey,
that's support. Like I said, I can tell you, my first year, all my clients were word of mouth. No one was like, okay, everybody's like, yo, I've seen Kevin work on this big project with this company. I've seen Kevin sell with Venture more. Like it was that. It was literally word of mouth. It had nothing to do with. I sold myself, Kevin, before KVART. Now it's more KVART, but the first jobs and projects and buildings that I got was because of my work ethic and how I was before. So that's one thing to me that I'm like, I like support, like whatever it is.
Throw it out.
Yeah,
throw
like,
it out there.
You sell laces for your shoes, like whatever it is, just support and you know, and support someone's dream.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool one. Like maybe a shirt or something. So someone's dream. But Kevin, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Your message for sure is gonna motivate somebody out there, because you never know who's watching.
No.
I got a message from people. It's like, hey man, like what happened with the Poco A Poco podcast? And that person never liked me. He didn't even follow me, so I don't know how he watched the video. Maybe somebody sent it to him or something.
Word of mouth.
Exactly.
Word
Exactly.
of mouth.
Yes.
There it is.
So thank you so much for being here, and
Pleasure. It was a pleasure.
I'm always open to helping you out if you need anything. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember, guys, to always be extraordinary in everything you do, and everything will always fall into place. Poco a poco. Until next time, have a great day.